What image comes into your mind when you think of a company CEO? When most people picture a company CEO, the stereotypical image is a man in a pinstripe suit, smoking a big cigar. Not so long ago, the idea of a female in a high-level management position was unthinkable, but not because picturing a woman with a suit and cigar was difficult, but that women didn't have the skills necessary to become one. However, women are constantly proving these rumors to be untrue. The woman's fight for high-class positions is apparent in not just the US, but all over the world. Before women could reach the management level, they had to earn some sort of equality within the labor market. In the 1940s, most, if not all families in the United States, were based on a father breadwinner model, which was established in both the 19th and early 20th centuries. The husband would be out in the working world, whose salary alone would be supporting the entire family. The wife would be at home for the majority of the day, leaving only for errands, such as groceries, or purchasing furniture and or appliances for their home. This was especially significant during the beginning of the Great Depression in the 1920s, where unemployment was up to about 25%. Men without jobs would be searching for work, with most of them being unsuccessful. However, the role of the wife didn't change. She would keep the house clean, cook the meals, and care for the children. Nothing would be different, except that their financial situation would be much worse. Once World War II hit the United States, the traditional male breadwinner model was forced to change. The draft for the war forced about 7 million out of the 11 million men of the US to serve in the military, which is around 60%. The absence of males in the homeland opened up new opportunity for females in the workforce. They had to take up the jobs that the males left behind. However, once the war was won and the males returned, the females were a little resistant to give up their newly obtained jobs. So slowly but surely, the breadwinner title was changing from a male-dominated title to a dual-based title. When women first entered the management domain, it started the popular debate about whether women are really making a difference in how organizations are run. The debate has shifted from influencing females to copy the male leadership method to focusing on how businesses are run by their own natural feminine style. This dual-based conflict is seen not only in management, but in the lower-class employment levels as well. Some people say that females need to concentrate more on their family commitments at home, while some argue that because of the family-friendly policies that have been placed, women can now pursue the same careers as men. All these arguments conflict each other directly, though it seems that they are necessary, because from my opinion, I don't believe the perfect business plan has been developed yet, so the conflict caused by the entry of women in the management level may lead to greater development in the labor market altogether. Employees feel that it's impossible to treat male and female managers the same, even if they don't differ in any way other than their gender. Responses to managers differ according to their type of work. Recent studies uncovered that executives are judged more positively when their behavior relates closely to the appropriate gender role stereotype. Female executives have had a tradition of using an employee-oriented leadership method, which is much more effective than when used by males. It also seems that when employees have experienced both male and female managers, the stereotypical view of both genders starts to disappear, and the managers are treated like people rather than genders. The growing number of managing and executive roles in the United States being filled by women is probably the most dramatic effect of occupational gender competition since the 19th century. 1 out of 6 executives in the United States was female in 1970, according to the US Census. Today, the ratio is about 2 out of 5. Far more women are in executive positions than other occupations, such as natural scientists, computer specialists, architects, lawyers, doctors, and engineers combined. Although, according to recent data, it seems that most women in management positions are only in their 30s and 40s. There aren't many female managers in their senior years, which unfortunately means that they don't last long in their positions. The phrase, "the glass ceiling," is now a familiar term for describing the invisible but strong barriers against females trying to reach high positions in the working world. In the race for executive positions, the males have had a head start of about several centuries. And not only that, but females had to overcome many obstacles which the males never had to deal with. Some of them challenging, some unfair, and some that are just ungodly cruel. But as long as mankind continues to exist, the race will never be finished. So there will never be a winner, but there might come a day where females will catch up to the males, and maybe even surpass them. Impossible? Maybe. But when it comes to the future, nothing is certain, and anything can happen.